Crossovers have become the go-to vehicles for American families, and why not? They make a lot of sense. Because they're based on a car platform and not a truck platform like SUVs used to be, they're lighter, they're more fuel efficient, yet they're still versatile like minivans and station wagons. They drive great, they look great, they're priced right. What we have here is the third generation 2016 Kia Sorento, which is made in the USA. I'm not going to tell you that this is the greatest crossover in the segment, but I'm going to walk you through the thought process of what a typical buyer is looking for in a crossover, and by the end you'll probably conclude the same thing I did, which is that this is a damn good value. The first thing shoppers are going to be looking for is styling. Let's face it, the vehicle has to look good, and in my opinion the Sorento looks pretty good compared to everything else in the segment. So if this looks bigger than the outgoing Sorento, it's because it is. It's 3 inches longer. The wheelbase is 3.1 inches longer. That doesn't sound very significant, but trust me, it is. With that, you get a better ride, you get more interior volume, more cargo space, more headroom in the second and third row seat. Up front, you have an all-new grille, new air dam, new lighting. Everything was designed to make the new Sorento look a little sportier, look a little brawnier. Next, we have pricing. The vehicle has to be affordable, and with a starting price of $24,900, the Sorento is extremely affordable. In fact, its pricing is some of the most competitive in the segment. If you want a third row, you got to move up to an LX model, but you can do that for just over $28,000, including destination and handling. A fully loaded model will come in just under $44,000. Next is performance, and Kia is definitely innovative. They are known as the GDI, or gas direct injection company. So you have 3 engine options. There's an all-new 2-liter turbo that produces 240 horsepower. If you want to get the V6, you have a 3.3 producing 290, and if you want to save a little money, you go with a 2.4 liter that produces 185 horsepower. All 3 engines are mated to a 6-speed automatic. Next on the list, we have technology. These vehicles have become rolling boxes of technology, and why not? You spend a lot of time in it. I'm demonstrating a new feature called Smart Liftgate. I have the keys in my front pocket, I haven't touched any buttons, and because it knows I'm close by and probably have groceries in my hand or some boxes, it opens up by itself. You put everything in, you're good to go. This is just one of many new innovative technologies in the all-new Sorento. Another thing I like is the UVO system. It has features such as geofencing. So if you have a teenager in the house, they're driving the vehicle, you want them to stay within a certain area, you can program the vehicle to do that. Also, for the first time that I'm aware of, there's a feature called SoundHound. SoundHound is an app that identifies music, and that is now incorporated into UVO. Safety is always a concern for anyone buying a family vehicle, and the 2016 Sorento is loaded with 6 new safety features. The one I like the best is the surround view monitor. So when you put your Sorento in reverse, you get 2 views. You get the regular backup camera, and on the right, you get the surround view, which kind of gives you a bird's eye view to make sure you don't hit anything, or when you're parking, you stay between the lines. Other safety and driver aid technology in the Sorento include vehicle stability management, forward collision warning system, smart cruise control, blind spot detection, and rear cross traffic alert. This is where consumers are going to spend most of their time, in the front and rear seat of the Sorento. And in the past, Kia has not had the most comfortable seats in the segment, but now they have really stepped up their game. These seats are extremely supportive. You have several options as far as adjustability. You also have standard 40-20-40 rear split in the second row for the 5-passenger, and a standard 50-50 for the 3-row models. Up here you can see we have very clear, distinctive, vivid gauges. Kia has certainly been ahead of the game in this area. A lot of great steering controls to help the driver communicate with the vehicle. But what I really like the most is what they've done with the center stack. A tremendous improvement over the outgoing model. They've really stretched things out. This is kind of the directions a lot of new vehicles are going. and it works. It just gives you more of kind of this east-west appearance as opposed to this north-south narrow appearance. But overall, an excellent job on the interior. And again, when you consider the price point, it's really hard to match what the Sorento is offering. Let's be perfectly honest, most consumers are not going to be doing high-speed runs on twisty roads, kind of like what we're doing today, but it's nice to know the Sorento is capable. In the past, Kia models have not had the best NVH, but they have really stepped up their game, and that's thanks to their chief of product, Peter Schreier, who came from Audi. He really made a commitment to making these vehicles better, and the proof is in the quality ratings. They went from being the worst in the industry to near the top of the industry. The steering is electronic power steering system, but it does a really good job. As you can see on turns like this, it's responsive, not a lot of understeer or oversteer, but that's not gonna be an issue for most consumers. All they wanna know is, my vehicle gonna go? Is it going to go in the direction I want it to go? Is it gonna accelerate onto the freeway when I need it to? Is it gonna perform? And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. One of the reasons the Sorento handles so much better than the outgoing model is because they made a lot of improvements to the platform. In fact, it's an all-new platform. It's 14% stiffer than the outgoing model. You now have 53% high-strength steel in this vehicle. Rounding out the list, we have warranty. Consumers want to know that their vehicle is going to be backed up, and with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, it's the best in the industry. Following that, we have dealer network. With 770 dealers nationwide, it's a pretty sure thing that there's one not too far from you. And finally, heritage. Heritage is important. The Sorento's been around since 2002. It's now in its third generation. In my opinion, it has established itself as a reliable family crossover, and why not? It clearly is the value leader. So there you have it. In my opinion, this is an easy recommendation to make, especially if you're looking for a third row crossover, and you can certainly defend your purchase to your neighbors.